most fighters have 3 or 4 things that they love to do that works for them always. And the problem is that once somebody can adjust to those things that they like to do, those things that they favor, what do you do next? What you do is you start repeating yourself. If you got a good right hand and a good left kick, okay, and once you feel the openings there, you go for it, and this person reacts. You do it again. You do it again and over again, but also you see that around second, third round, this person's still there. It's like, well, what? This is not working. Or you keep repeating yourself. You ask yourself, why isn't this working? This is my bread and butter punch. This is my bread and butter kick. The thing with Cung is that Cung can adjust to if something's not working, he can go to something else. And the rarity is that the main things that you look for Cung to do, the things that he has a reputation of doing, he has the ability to do them when he wants to. He may never give you a scissors kick. And when he does, it's when you least expect it. It's like, okay, look for a scissors kick, look for the suplex, look for the lead leg, sweep, look for all those things. And by the time he does those things, he's already beat you up with the hands. He's already beat you up with the movement and the throws. And your mind thinks like, well, what can I do to beat him? We saw a fight of him, his last fight, and he did this. And you prepare for that fight that you saw on tape. But all of a sudden, when you are fighting this person, he's not doing those things.
Put an ankle lock on Nikita and won by submission. An excellent effort by both participants. How about a hand for these 2 gladiators?
Sometimes, if you wait on what you wait for them, they might explode and you might get caught, you might get hurt, and it's hard to recover. So for me, I go out there, I do my thing. I'm not worried about what his special techniques are. I'm worrying about what I'm going to deliver to my opponent.
Even when you have all the physical balance, when you have all things that are working physically, none of it works unless you got the mental, when you know when to do it. And that is what you really can't train a person for. I mean, you can push it, but they have to really inside themselves be able to say, okay, well, this isn't working. Do I just go on instincts and react and take a chance of getting knocked out? It's a 50-50 chance. Or do I actually take my time, stay relaxed, stay calm, and figure this out? Well, Cung does just that.
My trademark move is the scissor kick, which is a technique that I like to. It looks like a side kick, but I throw the side kick and I miss my opponent, and I twist my body and I take him down like a scissor action takedown. And that's the move that kind of made me famous. I have so much of a variety of techniques, like the fireman's carry. I shoot in and throw the guy over my shoulders. I pick the guys up real high and I slam them down and I stay standing. The souffle, which I grab someone and I arch backwards. Like the scissor kick, I've seen it done on movies. But now I put a little twist to it. I whip the heel into the stomach to have my opponent get the air knocked out of him if he doesn't go down. Most of my opponent, they go down, but when they go down, the air's already knocked out of them. So I call it the scissor heel hook kick. Everyone calls it the scissor kick, but there's that heel in there that adds that different dimension. I see a lot of fighters attempt to do the scissor kick or to work some of the techniques that I do, but that's what I want. I want to go out there and I want to take this type of martial arts, which is called Sancho, to a whole new level. I want people to look up and say, if they're talking about Sancho, my name, well, Cung Le, between Sancho and Cung Le, I brought Sancho to a whole new level in the United States. Hopefully, other fighters pick up some of my techniques and attempt it. Mainly, I hope most of my fighters do it. And it feels good when my fighters go out there and do moves that I teach them and get risky and win. It just makes me happy. Like for me, I have nothing to hide, because if I'm 6 feet under, my techniques, where's it gonna go? It's gonna go 6 feet under with me. So for me, I teach my students as much as I could. I want to pass on the knowledge, not hold it back like some secret.
Discussed about going pro and just fighting one fight at a time, getting prepared for just one opponent. As I said before, then all of a sudden it happened. He turned pro and things just started going pretty good. Good fights, conditioning was going good, things were really happening, and feeling good about turning pro and getting the status. And then came Hawaii. In Hawaii, things team-wise just was not going very well. The China team was very good. As far as their whole team, they came in, they were prepared, they were strong, and they were just taking our guys out.
The China fight was very emotional. The Chinese team was winning as a team, and my two fighters, Rudy Ott and Chanu, they just lost, and the morale was down. And then the fight before I was up, his name was Harlan Lee. He got his cheekbone cracked, and he came back, and I noticed a little bit of a lopsided cheekbone on his face, and that really played a big mental part on me.
By the time Kung's fight came up, we got kind of tired of seeing our guys coming back beat up, and there was a look. There was a look on Kung like, it's up to you.
So I basically went out there really nervous, and I didn't know what to expect.
Once we got to the ring and the fight started, the Chinese fighter did expect exactly what we expected. He came with the big punch. And again, we knew he had the big punch, but when he landed it, even the corner people were like, ooh, ooh, he hits hard, Kung felt it and he took it. My reaction was like, oh wow, that's a big hand. He hits hard. Kung felt it, he took it, and gave it back.
I just had faith in myself, in my trainer, what we've been through, and of course in the Lord. So I went out there and I basically blanked out my mind and took what was there and counter on what he attacked on, and I came out victorious.
From all the chase we saw this guy, he had the one weapon, and basically that was it. Nothing else was really that effective.
He was coming at me with heavy punches, heavy kicks. He was a better wrestler than I expected because he got 2 takedowns on me. I watched him on tape and his wrestling was good, but I felt like, okay, he's not going to be able to take me on any of my wrestling because I've been doing wrestling throughout high school and college. And then he came out, he got a takedown in the first round, then he got a takedown in the second round. But it wasn't a takedown that he executed, it was off of my own move, so it was a counter takedown. But that didn't faze me at all. I knew I had to keep the pressure on. So my game plan was pressure. He would throw punches and kicks at me, but I had to stay in his face. I had to break him down mentally, physically, and I took his heart away, and I knew come third round, this fight was mine.
So we figured that if we can neutralize the big hand with all the things that Kung could do, we would come out victorious. And that's pretty much what happened. The guy had a big hand, Kung matched him with the hands. He threw his big hands, and hit him. And all of a sudden, the Chinese fighter just kind of moved. And also there came the kicks. Come through the kicks. Came the scissors kick. He came with the supers. All these things that the fighter wasn't able to do. What he wasn't able to do was adjust.
I saw the defeat in his eyes. He was backing up, and I just kept coming.
Scissor kick.
That's what Kung did. We fought his style, not his reputation, not his entourage that came out there, not the whole Chinese team or all the things they stood for. We fought his style, and Cung was able to adapt to what he was doing and come out victorious.